Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. The WNBA is a professional basketball league, and yet you hear people say quite a bit, actually, that the WNBA does not conduct itself in a professional manner. Whether you're talking about officiating, whether you're talking about the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, whether you're talking about the treatment of a superstar who enters the league in 2024 with more motion than the WNBA has ever seen, we could probably go on. And now the latest, because there's no WNBA without drama. Courtney Williams apparently has gotten on Gabby Williams' last nerve. Courtney Williams of the Minnesota Lynx, Gabby Williams of the Seattle Storm. Yes, two basketball players in the Women's National Basketball Association. Like I said, you see things in the WNBA you don't see anywhere else. Listen, there's a reason why places of business have policies where men and women who work for the same company don't date. There are reasons why many of us have voiced concerns about NaLyssa Smith and DeJounte Carrington. When NaLyssa was with Indiana, when DeJounte was with Connecticut, there were some things that went on when the teams faced each other. There were some things that went on where NaLyssa Smith was making fun of a situation with Caitlin Clark when DeJounte poked her in the eye, those kinds of things. There was just drama, right? Remember when NaLyssa looked like she was going to step in and try to side with DeJounte against her own teammate, and Erica Wheeler had to be like, yo, hold that down. Remember that? Then we have the situation, of course, with DeWanna Bonner and with Alyssa Thomas, and then DeWanna Bonner decides that she's not going to honor her commitment, and many of us think she wanted to be back with Alyssa Thomas, and so she didn't honor her contract, and she took off for supposedly greener pastures. All those things. There's a lot of stuff that comes into play. Now, generally speaking, it's not like we see here, because in the WNBA, it's the Women's National Basketball Association, but they love to put out their whole sexuality stuff and all the stuff when most of us are like, can we just play basketball? We're not here for all that, right? We just wanted to watch basketball. And many of us came back to the WNBA or came to the WNBA for the first time because we just wanted to watch Caitlin Clark. I'm not interested in all those other things, but boom, in our faces all the time. So now we've got a situation where apparently Courtney Williams, like I said, is fed up. So on AZ Fudd of UConn, speaking of which, let me just go here for a second. You've heard me, I hope you've seen my video in which I said after the Dallas Wings got the number 1 pick in the lottery, I said, do not pick AZ Fudd. I hope Dallas doesn't pick AZ Fudd. And of course, a lot of people thought, yep, they're going to pick AZ Fudd. There's such a connection because she and Paige played together at UConn and other stuff concerning her and Paige Beckers. And I'm saying for the same reason you heard me talk about the DeJounte and NaLyssa situation and the DeWanna AT situation, don't do it. This is supposed to be professional basketball. Avoid that nonsense. Avoid all that could possibly go wrong in situations like that. Come on, be professionals. So anyway, let me get back to this. Here it is. This is a podcast called Fudd Around and Find Out. Co-hosts are AZ Fudd and Ashanti Plummer, and Gabby Williams was a guest. Plummer was reading fan questions, and one came up from Courtney Williams from the Minnesota Lynx. And so Plummer says, Courtney Williams asked one, and I think that should be the first question. Gabby, why you so far, girl? This is what Plummer said. So this was Courtney Williams stepping to, so to speak, Gabby Williams, and again, and saying, Gabby, why you so far, girl? When I say again, I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So that's the question. Now we're going to watch Gabby Williams' response.
Courtney, when are you gonna leave me alone? God, I'm so sick of it. Leave me alone.
All right, next question.
You can see there that Gabby Williams is kind of sort of chuckling a little bit, but you can also see that she doesn't find this funny. When she says, I'm so sick of it, you can tell, you can feel it. She's sick of it. Okay. This is not the first time that there's been Courtney Williams pushing up on her. Let's take a look at another time. I'm going to show you just a little piece of this. There's some music and I don't want to get a copyright, whatever. So I'm going to just show a little bit of it. This was, I guess, what they call the orange carpet at All-Star Weekend 2025 in the WNBA. So we're just talking about this past summer.
Oh, you look good. Believe it. Hey, I'm trying to be here. And if not, and if it don't work out, call me, find shit. Here go Courtney, overdoing it, folks.
That to me seemed like another situation where Gabby was uncomfortable. I think at first she was just kind of chilling, and then it was like, okay, wait a minute, you know. In case you didn't catch it, Courtney says, if it don't work out, you know. So I don't even like to get into all this stuff. Like, I totally like to keep it basketball, but this is where sports and culture connect. So here we go. So apparently Gabby Williams is involved with somebody else in the WNBA. The rumor being Maureen Johannes, whatever. And so there is Courtney Williams joking and talking about if it doesn't work out, called her fine, you know, SHIT, whatever. And so fast forward to just a couple days ago on AZ Fud's podcast, and you get Gabby saying, like, I'm so sick of this. Can you just leave me alone? Like, just stop. And you can see Courtney in that exchange during All-Star Weekend. She just thinks this is so funny. And like I said, this is WNBA-ish, but it's not professional-ish, right? And then you can see there that was with Courtney Williams was Natisha Hiedeman. I don't use the term, but a lot of people call them stud buds, whatever you want to call it, whatever. And so they're really good friends, and they had a lot of festivities apparently going on during All-Star Weekend. The podcast went on for, I don't know, was it 72 hours or something like that? I didn't watch it, but lots of stuff going on there. And so after this situation where Gabby Williams was like, just leave me alone. In other words, this is harassment, and I'm not interested, right? I'm not interested. Please stop. Please leave me alone. Okay. Well, apparently Natisha Hiedeman was not happy with what Gabby had to say. And so I'm going to go to Sportskeeda and I'm going to show you what Natisha Hiedeman said. Again, we're talking professional basketball players, right? And one person just basically said, which every person has a right to say, and that is, stop. Leave me alone. Well, Natisha Hiedeman chimed in. Headline says, don't nobody want her. Natisha Hiedeman pulls no punches as Gabby Williams voices her annoyance at Courtney Williams. Says Courtney Williams' teammate Natisha Hiedeman fired back at Gabby Williams following the Seattle Storm forward's comments on Thursday. During her appearance on AZ Fud's Fud Around and Find Out podcast, Gabby seemed to express annoyance at Courtney for flirting with her and told her to leave her alone. Hiedeman wasn't happy with the Storm players' reaction. During the live stream, Hiedeman fiercely defended her friend. I seen someone on social media, y'all talking about my friend is really pressed or something, Hiedeman said, addressing Gabby's comments. First and foremost, I just want to let y'all know my dog ain't never been pressed, ever, period. My friend never been pressed over no female ever in her life, so clip that. So I know y'all seen it. And then it goes on to, this is the part I wanted to get to. Natisha Hiedeman even took a brutal shot at Gabby Williams. You should be mad. You mad because we called you fine? It's a lot of fine people in the world. We call everybody fine, S-H-I-T. We can acknowledge beauty when we see it. That simple. Don't nobody want her, she said before moving on. And so Natisha Hiedeman is playing ignorant. We can acknowledge beauty when we see it. No, you can't continue to acknowledge beauty when someone has said, back up, right? Dude comes up to a woman and wants to constantly, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. Why are you so far away? You know, if you ever want to leave him, you know where I am. You're so beautiful, you're so fine. You're like, no, you can't continue to do that to someone. It's inappropriate. It's absolutely inappropriate to continue to do that when you know it's unwanted. Gabby Williams has looked like in the past, she didn't quite know how to handle it. And so she just kind of tried to laugh it off a little bit on the orange carpet. You could see she kind of laughed a little bit. Then she kind of, let me get out of here. She turned and walked away. And then on the podcast with AZ Fudd, you could see she was kind of like, you know, but it was clear, like, I'm so sick of it. I'm done. I'm tired of it. And so that causes Natisha Hiedeman to say, you know, ain't nobody wants you. So now you're going to lash out at me because I am not down with your advances, or I'm done. I don't find them funny anymore. Like I said, the WNBA needs some leadership. The WNBA needs someone who's going to say, listen, I'm not trying to get too much into your personal life. So why not keep your personal life out of your profession? This is a professional basketball league. You pushing up on another woman who's not interested needs to stop. In fact, we're not doing any of that in this professional environment. This is why I say leadership absolutely matters, because anything and everything goes. Kathy Engelbert was even at the All-Star festivities getting down, and some people said she looked like she was drunk or whatever the case may be. Like, there has to be a standard. And if you want to be taken seriously as a professional league, you have to set the standard. And so for Natisha Hiedeman to act like, what, you know, we can acknowledge beauty. No, back up off me. Leave me alone. Be professional basketball players and respect people's spaces. Stop, and stop. You don't hear about this anywhere else. Can you imagine in the NBA just pushing up on somebody during the All-Star weekend and, you know, why are you so far away, LeBron? And like, that's like, I'm laughing, but I feel like Gabby, like I'm chuckling, but I'm not, it's not funny. It's not funny. So anyway, more drama in the WNBA. And now, as I look at the time, not a lot of time left before this extension expires with the CBA. This is what they need to be focused on. They need to do serious business and stop with this other stuff and just pushing stuff in people's faces. Leadership, step up. Players, get a grip. League, come on. You've got some talent in the league, some talent coming into the league. This is the moment you've been waiting for. All eyeballs on you. What are you going to do with it? Because that ain't it. Or at least it shouldn't be. Hey, this is the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.